Hello guys, welcome back to the recording. Today it's me Rajiv Kumar Shrestha, currently pursuing my bachelor's degree at Sturika College. Today we are going to be working on task 3 uh, of the module Foundation of Cybersecurity. So let's get started. So the task 3 access about the public key encryption and the digital signature. So yeah, let's get started. Firstly, we need to open the two terminal because it has access for the two systems. So we're going to be creating a different system for the different terminal. So let's create a system. Sudo add user system1 Kali. It's gonna be, let's save it as Kali name system1 system1 Kali cd. As you can see, we successfully created a new system. So let's clear everything. Similarly, we gonna create a new system and the second terminal as well. So sudo edit the user system to so Kali save it as password Kali system to s. Let's see the user. Let's see the user system to Kali cd. Yeah, as you can see, we successfully created a new system. So let's get started with the tasks we have been provided. So firstly, we're going to be working on system one. So it says create two folders within two systems. So gonna be starting by creating a new folder inside the system one. So mkdir, let's name it as folder one. I'm gonna change our directory to folder one. As you can see, we have successfully created a folder. So the second question, it says generate asymmetric keys in both entities with respective user. So we can generate the key using the open SSL, chain RSA, and we're gonna store the value a private one .pm, and we're gonna allocate the size. It's 258. Oh, here we go. As you can see, we got the private key for the file. So you can see the check the private file using cat command, but if you use the cat command, it's gonna be really messy. So we're just gonna use head to display the top file. So private one thing. As you can see, the private key was generated successfully. Mm, both interface with also generate the public key. We gonna generate the public key as well. So to generate the public key, we're gonna be using OpenSSL. Mm, we're gonna be using OpenSSL. Let's see what's wrong with this. It's the base 64. So let's type the command again. SSL. We don't need this. Deck. less 64 Kali cat stfile to tc. As you can see, the file has been successfully decrypted. So we completed both the encryption and decryption of the symmetric system for the both system. So moving on to the next part, we're gonna be some copy the public keys to the opposite system. So we're gonna be using SSH for that. Okay, let's clear these first. For the SSH, so SSH sudo systemctl enable SSH Kali. So the system is not in the sudo file. So we need the sudo permission first. So let's go to sudo. So um, associate as Kali. Let's just exit sudo Kali, and let's set the user mode. So the new sudo user mode. If only capital Z sudo system system1. So as you can see, we got successfully ID system. As you can see, we put the user system one successfully into the sudo. So let's go back to the user. So system one cd. Gonna clear it. Similarly, we're gonna do the same step. System two exit sudo Kali. We're gonna add it to the user mode icon A capital G sudo system2 check ID, sorry, ID system2. As you can see, it's in the sudo group. So let's get back to our work. So it's so go back to the system2 clear, cd clear. As we have successfully put it in the sudo system, so let's continue the SSH. So it's gonna be sudo system ctl enable SSH Kali, it's successfully executed. Let's do the same with the sudo enable SSH. It's the systemctl, so stmctl says Kali, and it has been successfully installed. Let's check the status anyways. So for that, we're gonna be sudo systemctl status ssh. As you can see, it has been enabled and it's active and running. So let's check system sudo stmctl status ssh, and it's active as well. So let's clear the terminal. Let's clear the terminal. Now we can successfully use the SSL. So let's check our IPA. Seems to be 192.168.56.102. Let's check it for system 2, node 3. So, as for the question, we need to copy the public keys to the opposite system. So, let's write the command for it. Mm, so, it's going to be scp current file location. Let's move it to folder 1. So, scp folder 1. Mm, let's check the content inside it. So it will get confused. Same with the cd folder two plus. So we're gonna be sending public one to the other side and public two to the other side as well. So scp tilde front slash folder one front slash public one to the systems two at the rate IP address that's 192.168.56.103. Oh, 22.3 is to and the file location that we want it to go to. Oh, yes, Kali, as you can see, it's successfully done. Same with the same system. The slash folder, it's located in folder 2, public 2. We're gonna send to public 2 to the system 1. That's got the IP address 192.168.56.102. And to the file location, it's gonna be tilde, file tilde, and it's gonna be folder 1. Mm, State spacer. So we go with the passport Kali. Let's check the content inside it. As you can see, public 1 and public 2 are available for the both system. So task 3 is completed successfully. Task 3 part 3. So we're gonna move into the Chrome tab. So for the Chrome tab, we're gonna be using Chrome tab. You can run in a single system, so we're gonna use Chrome tab. We're gonna be using Nano, Control O for the insert mode. Control O. So entered inside it. Mm, let's set the file to be created. Create a contract that will generate a file at 4:30 p.m. every day. So we need the timing gonna be 30, 16 as it's in PM. So we don't know the exact date. So we're gonna be using streak to create the file. It will starts. We're gonna set system one folder one as the clone file one. That's all. Now we got. We're gonna exit. Gonna save the folder. Tab as no. The cron type commands helps the command for editing. We created the file for 4:30 p.m. to run daily at 4:30 p.m., which creates or updates the files to the current timestamp. So let's move on to the next part. So for the second section, it says generate a digital signature using forward the. Before doing the general signature, we're gonna be working on asymmetric encryption. For that, we need to create a new file, as we don't know when the file will be created. So let's create a new file. Echo hi, this is system A, system 1. We're gonna redirect it to the mm, new file 1. So as you can see, it contain inside a new file 1. Same with the second system. We're gonna be creating a new file. Echo hi, this is system 2. We're gonna redirect it to the new file to scat new file to. As you can see, we successfully created two files in the different system. So let's start with the encryption decryption process. So to do the asymmetric encryption, we're gonna be using command op. Let's set the content inside the file first. Same with the other system, ls. So to generate the symmetric encryption, we're gonna use OpenSSL, PKEYUTL, phone encrypt my phone in file name. That's gonna be this new file one, and the encrypted file gonna be out. New file one dot enc dot ink. It's gonna we're gonna be using the public key that we got from the system too. So public key two, I've been public. That's it. As you can see, file was successfully encrypted. enc. As you can see, the result successfully saved. Sorry. I'm gonna use the same system upon SSL, PKEYUTL, iPhone ENCRYPT encrypt, iPhone in new file 2. I'm gonna out the new file 2.inc, and the in key gonna be public one that we got from system 1, and the public console. You can set the encrypted file, new file to that is the that ENC. As you can see, we are successful in both the system. So we're gonna be sending both the files to other system. So at first we're gonna be sending the file of this one. So it's gonna be scp tilde location of the file. That's gonna be folder one slash file name. That's gonna be new file 1.enc. And you're gonna be sending it to system 2 with the IP address 192.168.56. Check the IP address. Oh, it's 103. So 103 to the file location that you want to be sending it at. So it's gonna be like OLDL folder to it's to be uh, so SCP equal one file name system with the IP address to the file location. As per Kali, we're gonna do the same with the system to SCP tilde / folder. That's the file is located in it's folder 2 and the cat file name new file 2. So new file 2.enc is going to the system one at the rate 192.168.56.102. The file location rate gonna be mm, / folder 1 Kali. Now let's check whether we got the folder file or not. So as you can see, new file one has been successfully gotten in system 2. So let's check the system 1 as well. As you can see, new file 2 has been successfully sent to the new system. Now let's decrypt the file we got from the other system. So it's gonna be open SSL iPhone pkeyutl utl iPhone decrypt iPhone in file name that's gonna be a new file 2 enc new file 2.enc and the output gonna be new file 2.encrypted and we're gonna be using the in key PRIVAT private 1 p.m. So this is OpenSSL algorithm the decrypt in file name that we're gonna be decrypting the file name that we're gonna be sending output in key private 1.pm. That's it. Now let's check the file. AW file to tc.tc. As you can see, the file we created on system 2 has been successfully decrypted at system 1. Now let's do the same for system 1. And let's do the same for system 2. So we're gonna be using OpenSSL pkeyutl. We're gonna be decrypting the file. So decrypt in the file name new file 2 new file 1 the deck output gonna be new file. It's gonna be new file 1 but encrypted output gonna be new file 1 dot encrypted with the in key that's gonna be the in key of the system 2. So it's gonna be in key private to the name. Let's check the file new file dot new file 1 dot break. As you can see, the file that we created in system 1 was successfully decrypted at system 2. So here is the task 3 of section 3 of task 3, section 3 4 of task 3. So we're gonna be doing the digital signature that we skipped previously. So let's continue with that. Firstly, we're gonna clear the terminal. Is clear. Clear. Now moving on to the next part. We're gonna create a digital signal. So we're gonna use open SSL, open SSL, TGST. We're gonna use the algorithm SSA256. You can use any algorithm you want. So gonna use sign private one let name and output gonna be output digital signature for one is the new file one. So I go, you can check the content of the digital signature. So cat digital sign one. As you can see, digital signature was successfully created. Let's do the same for the next one. Open SSL, TGST, OSSA 256. It's gonna be signed to generate a signature. Private to name. Gonna out this file as digital sign to of the new file to. So let's check the output. Cat ito sign to. As you can see, digital signature has been created for both the files. So we're gonna check whether the content matches or not. So as the question has asked us about to add extra layer of protection, so we're gonna import the digital signature to the base64 as well. So we're gonna use OpenSSL, OpenSSL. We're gonna use digital signature. So encrypt. We're gonna be using base64. So base encrypt base. We're gonna be using encrypt base64. So base64 hyphen digital sound digital 9 1 and I'm gonna get out generate the output as output digital penny space digital sign one output as base 64 sizing base 64 sign one. So let's see where I edit one. Now we made the space here, so it's the same command. It's removing the space. There you go. Now let's set the output. Cat base 64 size inside one. As you can see, we encrypted the file, so we're gonna send this digital signature to the other system. So you're gonna be scp tilde file location, that's folder one, file name, that's gonna be base 64 sign one to the system to the IP address 192.168.56.103. we're gonna redirect the file to the folder 2. We go to passport Kali. As you can see, we successfully send it. So we're gonna do the same process for the system 2. So we're gonna encrypt these in the base64 format. Open SSL, encrypt base64 digital sign, base64 input digital sign to output gonna be base64 sign 2. We're gonna check the output cat base 64 sign 2. As you can see, we get the encrypted format of digital signature. So let's send it to the other system. For your folder to slash base 64 sign to system 1 the rate 192.168.56.102. We're gonna store the file. Send the file in the folder 1 of the system 1. So it's gonna be Kali. Here you can see it's successfully sent. So let's check it anyway. Alas, we have successfully received the digital signature encoded in base64. So let's check the system 1 as well. Alas, you can see that we have successfully got the digital sign 2. So let's decrypt the file that we got. So it's going to be open SSL encrypt -d base 64 -in base 64 sign 2 out. We're gonna get it out as sign 2. So open SSL, it's gonna be space cell encode encrypt -d base 64 in file name sign to digital base 64 sign to gonna press and see the file get sign to. Can we decrypted the file? Let's do the same with the other system. So it's gonna be open SSL encode -d base 64 in file name that we got base 64 sign 1 and send the output as sign 1. So let's check the content. Sorry, get this get and sign 1. Now let's check whether the content matches or no. For that we're gonna be using digital signature. So open SSL DGST iPhone SHA. The algorithm we use 256 iPhone verify and the public key we got from the system, and you're gonna use the signature. Gonna be using signature 2 and we're gonna decrypt the new file to the code. As you can see, the file was same, so this was the very. Let's do same with this one. So we're gonna be using open SSL DGST the algorithm that we used before, 256, iPhone, verify, public, one, it's gonna be signature, sign one, it's gonna be new file, on dot deck. As you can see, it was successful for both of the system. So that concludes our part 4 for task 3. Now for the final part, we are asked to write a bash script to automate the process, encryption and decryption process. So let's continue on that. Before that, we're gonna clear the system. So let's clear the system. Clear. Now finally let's start the bash scripting. So we're gonna create a bash scripting at system one, folder one. So let's get started nano. Or you can use beam. I'm gonna be using beam. Let's name the file as inkdeck.assets. So we're gonna bring the bash scripting. So let's start enter insert mode script slash bin slash bash. So let's the welcome program. Welcome to the bash scripting. Bash scripting echo echo enter one for decrypt, one for encrypt, pt echo enter two for decrypt, decrypt, read iPhone P. We're gonna enter ask for your option, enter your option as either one or two, two, three. So let's check whether it's correct till now or not. Q. So we're gonna give the execute permission for it. CS mode, suppose X to intake SS. Gonna run the system. Intake SS. As you can see, it says the option till now. So we're running as to the correct path. So let's continue. Amp intake. So third insert mode. Here we got two or three options. So it's gonna be either one, two, or it's gonna be auto number. So let's get it started. If OPTION option equals to one, then it's gonna be read. Control P, enter a file name that you want to encrypt. So file name read iPhone P. Here file name where you want to store this um, what utility file, output file, read F1P, enter your public URLs key file name, say AUI key, echo, open SSL, it's gonna be PKEYUTL, yeah, we can encrypt the file, so encrypt, iPhone file name that we want to encrypt, it's gonna be dollar file name. We're gonna store the output file name, so it's gonna be output dollar output file, and we need the public key for it, so it's gonna be in key dollar public key. iPhone for being let's check whether it's rolling or not. So we save enter option one. So syntax line, so we're not gonna be all the checks. Let's just complete the file. Leave, leave, or open T also to then the read hyphen P. It's gonna be enter of file name that you want to create, rename, read country, the file name, story, encrypted data, outputs, file, read, hyphen P, P, enter, private, P, key, name, private, key, search, organize, echo, phone, SSL, KUTL, phone, decrypt, phone in, the file name, $16, name, out, file, in key, the private key, else, echo, invalid, out, and generator, normal, that is ID 1, in the program, escape, duplicate, let's run the program, so, so, that other one, so let's select the program again, um, set mode, the, version one, the simple, uh, to, the option, so, select to, let's call edit command, continuing, uh, let's see where I've done mistake. So it's in insert mode. Oh, there is a substitute space. Here it's gonna be space, 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 space. Uh, is there any mistake? Let's check it again. Escape. Semicolon. Right and save. Mm, we're gonna be encrypting the file. Let's exit first. Control C. Clear the terminal. ls gonna be encrypting the file, so let's do it. Encrypt the file. Oh, this file, one test file, 21. No, I've done like 52 pairs, so I need to fix it. There was public key name, public one, cat, test file, 21. As you can see, it has been encrypted. So yeah, that's it for the encryption part. So let's transfer the encryption to the other file as well. Using scp tilde folder 2 folder 1 ink deck assets to the system forward the IP, repeating the 192 system at the rate 192.168.56 103. So let's go to the file location to the folder 2. So it's ink folder 1 in text assets system to the sport can be successful. Let's check the LS. As you can see, we got the index that is assets. So yeah guys, thank you everyone. That concludes our task 3. See you again.